Hi guys, it's me, Sarah. I watched a video earlier today that All That Glitters 21 put up, and it was about like a makeup kit for beginners or something. So she came up with products and suggestions that you should include in your makeup kit if you're a beginner. Well, because the school year is starting up, so I guess she was trying to gear this towards people who've never worn makeup before, who are now allowed to wear makeup, because the school year is starting and they're 1 year older, or they're going to that next grade. And while I agree with some of her suggestions and some of her products that she mentioned in her video, there were lots of things in the video where I was just like, I thought it was a little unrealistic that a young girl or boy would be able to afford those items. I'm not saying that they can't, I'm just saying that if I had to suggest certain items to them, I would not have suggested some of the products that she mentioned, simply because of the price and the accessibility, especially if you don't live near a mall or some of the stores that she mentioned some of these products were coming from, or if you don't have access to purchasing things online because you are young and you probably don't have a credit card or a debit card, so you're basically asking your parents to do it for you, and sometimes people's parents don't want to, purchase things for them on the internet. So this is just a kind of my suggestion instead of things that are a little bit more accessible that you can find at like a drugstore or even a grocery store, and like Walmart or Target, someplace that there happens to be more of a chain, so it's easier for you to find these stores because there are more of them in the country. In the US. So if you're out of the country, sorry, this may not apply to you, but I'm sure there are similar products at drugstores near where you live. So I'm going to start with the essentials. If you are somebody who has never put on makeup before in your entire life, you don't know anything about it, and your parents have now told you you can start wearing makeup, they probably want you to start small. And when I say small, I mean like they probably want you to wear one product on your face, or maybe you are only allowed to wear one type of product on your face. So for me, one of the three big ones that you should start with is either on your lips, your mascara, or your eyeliner. Because on your lips, if you pick out a lipstick that you know, or a lip color, or lip balm, or something to that effect, that you know really flatters your skin tone, really looks good on you, or you happen to wear a lot of a certain color and that lipstick or lip tone or lip balm complements it very well, then that's kind of going to make you look, I don't know, like a little more put together. If you're deciding to put on mascara, it's always more dramatic when you have dramatic eyelashes. Especially if you're somebody who tends to have more sparse eyelashes, or let's say you're blonde and your eyelashes are blonde, so they're not as defined because they are so light. So wearing a mascara could probably help you out for some of you out there who tend to have lighter eyebrows and lighter eyelashes. Or if you have really thick eyelashes, or you're not really into lipstick and that's just too high maintenance for you, maybe an eyeliner. So those are the three things that you should start off with. One of them, you should pick one and then just start with that and then perfect it, and then you can move on to the next one, because I kind of feel like those are the three basics that make you look just that extra step better, or more put together, more grown up. So some of the lip products I'm going to suggest are pretty accessible. This one is by NYC New York Color. This is the Extreme Lip Glider Lip Gloss. This is for the girl who probably has fairly well pigmented lips, or you're kind of low maintenance and you don't want a lot of fuss. These are pretty sheer lip glosses. They have several different colors. This is in Park Avenue Pink, but they have a lot of different colors. So they have one, I think that's like Chinatown something, and that one's a little bit more red, so that will give you more of like a rosy tint to your lips if you don't have extremely pigmented lips, or if you want a little bit more drama. I also have other lip glosses. I just don't like any other lip gloss from this brand other than this Extreme Lip Glider. I think they smell good and they taste good. Ooh, whoops. And they're not as like, I don't know, like they're sticky, but they're not crazy sticky. The next one is this Wet n Wild Natural Wear. You can get this at a store, at a pharmacy store. I don't know why that's so hard for me to say. A pharmacy store. The NYC New York Color, you can get this at several different places. Walmart sells it. I think Target sells it. and for sure drugstores, some drugstores sell it. Most drugstores do. Well, I know Rite Aid used to. I don't know if they still do. I'm pretty sure they still do. Anyhow, and then, like I was saying, the Wet n Wild Natural Wear. These come in several different tints. This one in particular is called, what is this called? I think it was called like cinnamon something. It doesn't have a name on it. It must have been on the packaging. Anyway, but it's like a natural, it says it's natural wear. I think the packaging is supposed to be like natural or something. But see how tinted that is or how dark that is? That's practically, oh, it's stuck. It's practically a lipstick itself. So, like, something like this that's pretty pigmented. I have not tried the CoverGirl Nature Luxe lip balm, so I don't know how pigmented those are. I'm sure those are similar to this, maybe not quite as pigmented, but that could do really well. Another good product you could try is the CoverGirl Lip Slicks. I'm sure lots of you have seen these. This one in particular is called Bronze Goddess. They have several different shades of this, but these tend to be like, they give more of a tint. They are fairly well pigmented, so you do get a lot of color, but they're not crazy dark. They're not like super rich, so it's not going to look too extreme, especially if you end up picking a color that isn't particularly your color. It's still something, and you could probably use it to the end of the tube before you decide, you know, this color wasn't for me, I'm going to try and move on to something else. But by then, you may be a little bit more well-versed when it comes to products. The next thing, like I was saying before, eyeliners. So these eyeliners are pretty cheap and affordable. The Wet n Wild Color Icon eyeliners are readily available at several drugstores. I don't believe they're available at Walmart or at Target, but CVS, Rite Aid, and Walgreens all sell Wet n Wild. So if you have a drugstore near you, you're probably going to be able to find these. They have several different colors, like I said. They used to be really bad before they came out with the Color Icon range, and then they reformulated all their eyeliners and put Color Icon on top of the label, and they're phenomenal. They reformulated, they're really great, and like I said, they come in a lot of different colors. So if you're somebody who doesn't want to wear a black eyeliner, they have brown. If you're somebody who is not into black, red, purple, blue, any of those other typically traditional eyeliners, they do have all these other crazy eyeliners too. So if you want something that's a little bit more fun, you can go ahead and try that out too. And then, if you hate pencils because you hate having to sharpen, there are other products out there that have these automatic eyeliners where you just, like, you know, kind of twist up. This one in particular is called Essence. It's a long-lasting eye pencil. Now, this is available at Ulta. I think it's available at most Ultas. I don't know if it's available at all Ultas because this is a German brand. If you don't have an Ulta near you, do not fret. I have another product available. There are several other brands at drugstores that sell these type of automatic eyeliners. I just don't think that the colors are as fun as Essence's colors. This is by Prestige, also available at Rite Aid, and I can't remember if they're available at CVS, but I believe they're also available at Walgreens. But they're also twisty. Almay has some. There are several other kinds of eyeliners you could get into. I don't suggest you jump right into liquid eyeliner unless you're like a drawing sketch artist genius and you like absolutely have like the hands of a surgeon and you like are really good at precision, because that can get really frustrating, especially if you're just learning. It can get really frustrating. So then next is mascara. I picked out two products in particular, and I'll explain why I picked these. This first one is Almay One Coat Nourishing Mascara in the Voluminescent, in the thickening, version. They have a lengthening version as well, but I chose the thickening version because, well, that's the one that I own. If you have short eyelashes and you like to concentrate more on lengthening, you should pick out a lengthening mascara. If you're somebody who wants to focus more on volumizing, you should pick out a volumizing mascara. Most products will tell you what kind of mascara they are. The reason I picked this one in particular is if you're somebody who has never worn mascara before or has never put mascara on themselves, this brush is a medium-sized brush. It's not huge. It's not overwhelming. This is a regular bristle size or bristle type brush. If you're a beginner, I suggest you start with a bristle brush because most brushes or mascara wands tend to be this bristle type material, and you'll get used to it easier that way. This one is by Maybelline. It's called the 1x1 Volume Express. This actually has a rubber one. Now I picked this one because the little spikes on it aren't incredibly overwhelming. It's tapered at both ends, so it's not going to be like stabbing you in one side of your eye. You have a little, it's like more torpedo shaped, if you see what I'm saying. It's domed on all sides pretty much, so you can really kind of control which part of the wand is touching your eyelashes if you're really afraid to get close to your eye with a wand. If you don't have a eyelash curler, or if you don't feel comfortable using one, you don't need to use one. It's okay not to use one. Just know that you're going to have to go through some trial and error as to how you feel comfortable wearing or applying mascara to your eyelashes. If you're somebody who has long eyelashes and you wear glasses and you don't want your lashes rubbing up against your lenses, then that's going to be something that could become a problem for you. So you're going to have to, like I said, kind of adjust how you like your lashes to feel when you're wearing mascara. Next I'm going to move on to eyeshadows. Now eyeshadows aren't one of my 3 basic essentials that I mentioned earlier, but a lot of people love eyeshadows. They're fun. They add a lot of they just add a lot to a look. They can be dramatic, they can be neutral, they just really, they just really define your eyes, and as they say, your eyes are the window to your soul, which sounds really cheesy now that I said that out loud, and I can't believe I said that. So first, actually, I'm going to start with one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes. This is called Smoky Brune by Rimmel. This is basically a bunch of browns and neutrals. There's 4 of them, and this is like a really great basic quad. You're getting more than one eyeshadow. If you're somebody who is brand spanking new to makeup or the world of eyeshadows, I suggest you get something like this with these type of neutral colors that you can wear all the time, whether it be to work, to school, to church, or to a date. I would choose a quad like this so you have a variety of colors. You could decide which colors you like best, which colors you don't like. If you're somebody who has darker skin, you may like the lighter colors. If you're somebody who has fairer skin, you may like some type of gradation. If you have medium tone skin, then you can kind of mix and match what you want to use. And then I also kind of picked up this one. It's called Thrill Seeker. This is also by Rimmel. I thought this was a kind of fun palette to have if you're somebody who does have darker skin. I think these like yellow type of colors tend to show up a lot better on somebody who has really dark skin, and it just, I don't know why, but I think yellow eyeshadow looks so cool, and I can't wear it because, well, I can wear it, but it doesn't look quite as, it doesn't pop off of my skin because my skin is slightly fair and slightly yellow, and this, I think it just, I don't know, this color I just think is kind of amazing. So I think it looks really good on people who have really dark skin, who have like, I don't know, just like a really dark, lovely complexion. Moving on to the next palette, I also have in here, this is Time for Wine by Maybelline, and these are just like some kind of like wine colors, still neutral, but they're kind of different. It really just depends on what your preference is. Just keep in mind these type of quads. I just feel like they make it really easy for you. They give you a little bit of everything. They give you a darker shade, they give you a lighter shade, they give you a medium shade. You normally get a matte and or shimmer color in the palette somewhere. And the thing about these is that they just happen to be really accessible. So like the Rimmel ones, for instance, are available at CVS and they're available at Target. Maybelline is available everywhere. I don't really know of any place that sells cosmetics that does not have Maybelline. Next is the Wet n Wild palettes or eyeshadows, and these are the color icons. Now this one is just a single eyeshadow. If you have an eyeshadow brush, I highly recommend this color Nutty, because this is basically like a twofer, and it's only like $1.99 I think for this one little shadow by itself, for the single. When you put it all over your eyelid and then you kind of blend it upward, it almost looks like it's turned into 2 different colors. So like it blends out to a different color than when applied. So your eyeshadow, I don't know, it just blends well and it looks really, really nice. I don't know how else to explain it, but it's lovely. Then this one is called Silent Treatment. Now you don't have to get this palette in particular, but they do have these trios. Some of them are really nice, and I know they came out with a bunch of new limited edition versions of this, so you can go ahead and mix and play, and they're really affordable. And then I know they have the 6 palette ones, and those are really cool too, but they also have these 8 palette ones. And so, I mean, my only problem is I didn't want this whole video to be all about Wet n Wild and how great Wet n Wild is. I just find that it happens to be more accessible and very affordable. However, I feel like sometimes with the palettes, it's kind of a hit or miss. When you have palettes that are this big, there's always a couple of colors that happen to be, or one color at least, that happens to be a dud. So I wanted to pick out palettes that tend to have more of like a wow factor with each color, and that's why I highly recommended the Smoky Brune by Rimmel, and even the what is this called? Time for Wine by Maybelline. So those two I think are like really great fallbacks. But you know, Wet n Wild's a really good brand, and now that they've come up with this Color Icon line. So if you're somebody who has maybe a little extra money to spare and you're willing to maybe have one eyeshadow be kind of a dud, then maybe give this a shot just to try it so you can have extra colors in your collection. It's really up to you and what you want to do.